he got his hand on the basketball. Boner was trailing his man and ultimately just ran into Tyrese Maxey. So this is certainly a tough one because, as you guys have already said, if it's something serious, which we don't know yet, but if it is serious, then they have no shot. Mm-hmm. They were already on the edge of things as it is. I mean, look, tonight after the loss, we were getting ready to talk about the mere fact that they fell out of the top 6, and they are currently now behind the Orlando Magic, who won earlier this afternoon over the Minnesota Timberwolves on the road, and they were in a 3-way tie with them and the Miami Heat. Now Orlando and Miami occupy 6 and 7, where the Sixers hold the 8 seed. That's what we were going to talk about until this happened. So if you lose your best player, the one that's been available the most, then you clearly do not have a shot. With all due respect to the nice games that you saw from Kelly Oubre and Quentin Grimes tonight, when Joel Embiid and Paul George do ultimately come back, it doesn't matter if you don't have your spark plug that's there, that's always willing to do so many different things out there and driving this team. You don't have a chance, and that's just where we are. So we are currently here at 34-29, looking at this team at game number 63. And if this is something that's serious, then it's an entirely different conversation we're having for the final run of the season and going into the offseason if he is unable to give it a go for any stretch here for the 76ers. The Sixers are now, Kyle, on the season at this moment, 34-29 as Bree has the standings updated. That has flipped, everybody. Orlando now in 6th, tied with the Miami Heat, while they do have, just an extra one less loss, one extra win because they have less games played than the Miami Heat. The 76ers are now a game and a half up on the Hawks after this loss to Atlanta, and 2.5 games up on the red-hot Charlotte Hornets, despite their loss to Miami on Friday night. And Tyrese Maxey then gets injured, so you don't really believe if it's something serious that they can jump right back into the 6th seed over either Miami or Orlando after this one. So the game, tale of two halves.
It's so hard to focus on the game because I'm sitting here thinking, if he's actually hurt, do you throw the rest of the season away and just pray that you can get a top 4 pick?
It almost seems impossible for it to happen.
Yeah, because the odds are stacked against you.
They've won too many games.
Joel will come back, presumably, and PG eventually. But, I don't know, man.
And Maple says, play in, here we are. They are now sitting in the 8th seed in the Eastern Conference standings because of this loss.
Oh, it's all the way to 8th?
8th.
Okay.
Yeah. The Miami Heat were idle. Okay. So
look at that. See, someone had to look at the graphic earlier. Breen spent all that time.
He
Very
was
nice of
distraught.
her.
He was distraught. So they're 8th right now, and idle tomorrow. Back on the floor against Cleveland on Monday in Cleveland tonight. Well, earlier today, Orlando won, as we told you in the pregame. No one else tonight outside of the team that you were playing, the Atlanta Hawks, matter in terms of all the standings. Milwaukee is playing Utah. They're still a little bit behind, but Milwaukee is playing. So tomorrow is the one that you really want to take a peek at, simply because both Boston, Cleveland plays tomorrow. They host the Boston Celtics. That's the front end of a back-to-back for them, although they will be home. New York plays the Lakers. Miami does host Detroit. So Detroit plays tonight and they win. They beat the Brooklyn Nets. No Cade Cunningham. Maybe they were just sitting him because they had a back-to-back and they want him playing against the Miami Heat tomorrow. Toronto hosts the Dallas Mavericks, and Orlando and Milwaukee play tomorrow night. So back-to-back for Milwaukee and Orlando. So all of the teams that matter to you outside of Charlotte are on the floor tomorrow with the Sixers idle tomorrow night.